in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Miller on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Lamar Miller, the 30. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Houston. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, it's Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the 20th time. This year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Looking to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Reset. Come back. Come back.
3rd and 2, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. The 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
He'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Check 41. Coming to you. Wide, get wide. Detroit!
That's going to set him back 5 yards. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Gun!
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Richmond!
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Come back!
From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Out of the gun, Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fielded at about the 28. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Back to throw now on first down. Open man right side is Shark. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
All day, dog. 41's coming. 41's the mic. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
On play action, they'll throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Tiger. Hey. Come back.
On second down, here's Watson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first and 10, Watson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, here's Miller. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Watson, flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Four down, check, four down.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
We got three, fellas, we got three. Back twos, the mic.
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Steps away to his left. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is Yeldon on the dump off. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a second down. 2 minutes minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville.
Detroit!
Don't go anywhere.
Detroit!
We'll be back after this.
Right here. Stay on the right. Stay on the right.
Now back to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Check.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Tiger.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with the former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Come back. 3 down. Richmond.
Throwing again is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Tiger.
On 1st down, Watson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To the air yet again, Watson. Dancing to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Watson trying to get his guys moving. They'll run. It's Miller. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. The final shot before the break, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. This fielded at the 2. Up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sharks got it left side. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Well, he is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Check, 55 to Mike.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have. A rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Jack coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back.
And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And they can't bring him down. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post, that's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
84. Who's got 84? Check 84. Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
They'll drop the throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Richmond. Tiger.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, it's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Tiger.
Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come back.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Tiger. Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson on 1st down. he's got it complete to Braxton Miller. That one goes for 24 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball. And you put up...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Texans on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You got three down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
SOS.
Gun. Detroit.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. Watch.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
He's going.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Jaguars on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
3 down. Gun!
41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Come on, D! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. A big 30-yard play on third. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Hey, we got 3 down. Check 27. Eyes on 27. Kill.
Gun!
5. Right there in the middle. 55.
Gun!
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
3 down. Hey.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Watch him now, Barney.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Double tight. Hey. We got three. 3 down.
And they take a knee.
Double tight. 3 down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Jags, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.